Go ahead with questions for Coach.
Aaron, what you think about the shooting today? You talked about yesterday, you went 1 for 14 or whatever. Get some big outside shots today.
We did, yeah, especially at the start of that second half to create some separation. I thought that was really good, especially how they were playing us. Really tried to cover off of a few different people, and it was great to see them make some shots. I think, as Tori said, those things are contagious. If someone's making shots, it just helps everybody feel like it's going to go in when they shoot it. So it was good to see a variety of people make those type of shots. We still have to have balance, though. Our game has always been to try and attack the rim and get it inside, but we're going to have some balance, and that's what today was. We had just enough. We didn't shoot lights out from the three-point line, but we made enough to create some separation and get going where we needed to. So we still have to make sure we have that balance. But yeah, it was good to see some of them find the bottom of the net there for sure.
AJ, any concern of overlooking this team today with USD winning?
I didn't feel like we did. They played us really well in Brookings. I thought our game in Fargo, we played really well there. Kind of took them out of some of the things they were doing well. I thought adjusted really well. First half, they had a really good plan for how they wanted to defend us. They defended, a few different ways in the post, but also just with different types of defenses. And I thought our team adjusted well in the second half, played with a little bit more composure. They're doing really well. They're in a good trajectory, and no doubt going to be a team that continues to improve for sure.
Is it encouraging to see that balance you mentioned with some better three-point shooting today, knowing that that's probably what you have to have even more of tomorrow to win that game?
Yeah, we'll see how that game plays out. It all kind of depends on how it goes. Balance is something we've always had this year in conference play. We're really close, I think, to 4 people in double figures. Great to see, I think, Tori really have a great game. She is a tremendous player, only a freshman, so a lot of really good days ahead for her. Tylee making some shots. Tylee's been such a great defensive presence for us all year. When she's scoring, I think that really lifts up the team a lot, too. Tegan and Peyton have been pretty solid for us all year. So, I thought the team, can draw a lot of confidence from this. We defended well for 2 consecutive games. I think that'll be just as important tomorrow as making shots, to be honest with you. We can't really get into a scoring match with USD. We've got to be able to defend at a really high level. So there'll be a lot of things we'll be able to draw on from this game that'll give us some good mojo going into tomorrow.
Aaron, where do you think the confidence level is of your players right now going into this game?
Oh, I'd say where it always is. I mean, I wouldn't say it's higher. I wouldn't say it's lower. I think they're just a really confident team. And it's because they do things, the way they need to, it gives themselves chances to win in these games. Sometimes we've been a higher seed, sometimes we've been a lower seed. We never approach those things differently and all of a sudden have 2 different plans or mindsets. We've been in this game many times, as Tylee said. So I think they're as confident as I'm sure our opponent will be. And now it matters, who can go out and make shots and get stops and those kind of basic things. The game plays out differently. Foul trouble today, for instance, in that first half. We had a lot of people sitting out. That could happen tomorrow for either team. And those things change pretty quickly within the game. So the mindset tonight is just to get some rest, get ourselves ready. There's nothing special we'll do to put in a different plan or a different idea. And then tomorrow come out and be ready for whatever comes up in that game.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Okay.
Joining us from North Dakota State University is head coach Jory Collins and student athletes Riley Cobbins and Riley Nudell. We'll go ahead with an opening statement from Coach, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes. Go ahead, Coach.
Congratulations to South Dakota State. They're obviously a terrific team, well coached, and have a great tradition. I thought we played much more competitively this game than we did at home a couple weeks ago. They present some matchup problems for us that are difficult for us to handle in and around the basket. We turned the ball over too many times to be able to stay in a game with a team of that caliber. But I was proud of our team for the way they fought and stayed in it for the full 40.
Questions for the student athletes?
Riley, you've seen this team 4 years now. What makes them so tough?
I mean, just like Coach said, they're bigger than us, stronger than us, and they're put together really well.
Ryan, now that you have a Summit League tournament under your belt, what kind of confidence does that have for you going forward as you go through this program?
For me individually, it obviously is a confidence booster. Not that, we didn't have it as a team before, but as a team, as a whole. I think that this, getting to this accomplishment is what we looked forward to. So I think as a team wide, we got more confident.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
Riley, can you just talk about finishing the season? How do you feel right now compared to your other 3 years? Is it different for you?
Yeah, I mean, it feels really good. We got into a nice groove here the past 3 months and have been playing a lot better. And yeah, compared to the first 3 years, it has been excellent.
All right, thanks, ladies. You can head back to the locker room. Go ahead with questions for Coach.
Any chance of staying with that team at all, Jory? I mean, what do you have to do? What's the
Yeah, I mean, we didn't shoot the ball well from the three-point line. We had some open threes in the first half. We make any perimeter shots, and then we have a run-out layup with 20 seconds to go that we blow. It should have been a 6-point game at half, and then if we made a three earlier, we're talking about a 1 or 2 possession game there at halftime. We came out the first 2 minutes of the second half pretty poorly. 2 turnovers, 2 defensive mistakes, so that was a 5-0 run immediately to take it from whatever it was, 8-13. And then it was just, an uphill battle from there. It's just, their matchups are an issue. Their strength and size inside is an issue for us to be able to maintain. And then if they have people on the perimeter making threes, that makes it even tougher.
Coach, Riley and Soph obviously just played their last game. I mean, can you talk about how they maybe kind of helped you get through this transitional phase in your first year as coach, being the veterans of this team?
Yeah, I mean, I just thanked our entire team in the locker room for being so coachable and so receptive to our new staff. Even when we were really poor in November and December, they still showed up every day and came to work and had a positive attitude about it and were just willing to be coached by us. And so that made it enjoyable to an extent, even when you're losing, to be able to coach those guys. And I feel like we've had a ton of growth throughout the year, which was our number one goal coming in, is just to become better as a program. And I think, in the last 6 months, we've definitely done that.
Jory, how do you see a South Dakota State final going tomorrow?
Ought to be a doozy. I mean, that's 2 really good teams. I know USD's got them both times. It's hard to beat a team 3 times. But, as 2 juggernauts going at it, I think it'll come down a lot to, perimeter shooting in these kind of games, which team's making threes, because the baskets in and around the post area, those guys are both so big inside and strong. It'll be dependent on how it's officiated as well in and around the basket.
Thanks, Coach.
But I'm not going to pick a winner, if that's what you want.
Sorry. Thank you.
Thanks. Oh. Go ahead, Jeff, if you want.
USD and SDSU and everybody else in the summit, did you close the gap this year at least? Can you take consolation in that?
Well, I think we got better. It's obviously those 2 are a notch above everybody else in the league. I don't think you can look at that and not say that. We're trying to get as close to those guys as we can, and when we get close to them, then we'll try to make the next step and become part of that group. I think we've definitely improved the kids we have coming in, the kids we have coming back. I'm excited about us being a much better basketball team next year than we were this year. This year was a whole bunch about our mental approach and what we think we can be and trying to set a foundation and a culture of winning and what goes into that. We don't always get the results at the end of the game, but I think our competitiveness and how we learn to play is setting us up to be much better.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you.